65 on the beach. Saturday the 15th of February at Viitsi Tripla.
The next fight is a catchweight bout at 80 kilos. To the blue corner, Artur Abubakarov.
All right, well, they say revenge is a dish best served cold, and I don't know about you, Steve, but for my money, it doesn't get much colder than the climate we are in right now. And why do I say that about revenge? Well,
Sweet
Artur
Abubakarov.
Artur Abubakarov is 1-1 heading into this trilogy bout with his rival, Theo Kolehmainen. Last time out was in the finals of the Nordic Championships, and Kolehmainen, he picked up a unanimous decision win in that bout. But in their first meeting, it was here in Cage, at Cage 58 in April of last year, that saw Abubakarov pick up a split decision win. Abubakarov, a very, very strong and athletic fighter. He does have good striking, and obviously he does have some great wrestling to lean on as well, if ever needed. So he's a dangerous guy, but I'm sure that there's no fight that he wants to get back more right now than this one against Theo Kolehmainen.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, they're 1-1 now, so this third one's the tiebreaker, so to speak. In their first match here in Cage, I was able to, of course, see his versatile, rangy striking, and I thought that it looked really good.
Abubakarov.
And he did take that victory. He had solid wrestling for my money, and I think he bested Kolehmainen in that regard here in Cage. It'll be interesting to see what kind of tactics he deploys here tonight. He's probably learned a lot from those bouts.
Yeah, I mean, they do say that you learn more from a loss than from a win, and, you know, we'll see how that plays out.
To the red corner, Theo Kolehmainen.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una nación, no lo queremos, no lo necesitamos.
You mentioned as cold as it gets. Well, this is as cold as it gets, excuse me. This is Theo A. Lakey, meaning don't play Kolehmainen. He is a terrifying striker. He's got knockout power that is incontrovertible. And he trains here in Finland under the tutelage of some of the best in the game. That being Eskon Kehähai, excuse me, Jaakko Dalbaka, alongside folks like Janne Elonen, Kulmala. Truly some great folks. And there in his corner, you also see Karvan Ahmadi. He's a knockout artist. He pressures forward, and of course, he's also a national champion. Kolehmainen, he's known as the hardest hitting amateur on the scene here in Finland, and for good reason. And this is the third time, of course, these two young men meet, so it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. I've got a feeling at this particular juncture in Theo Kolehmainen's career, he's looking for knockouts.
Oh, definitely. I mean, and if looks could kill, then we would see a massacre courtesy of Kolehmainen. That guy has one of those 1,000-yard stares that, I mean, I'm not even fighting him, and I'm a little intimidated just seeing him.
Yeah, that is a grim visage. But for all of that, he's actually a really nice fella.
Yeah, I mean, looks often are deceiving, right? So, and you mentioned him being a Finnish champion, and how about that Nordic championship as well, where I feel like he really elevated his game from the first time that he fought Abubakarov. The offensive wrestling from Kolehmainen was great. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape as we see there a bit of a height advantage for Abubakarov, reach advantages as well, but the experience advantage definitely resides with Kolehmainen.
Absolutely.
In the blue corner, fighter with amateur record of 3 wins and 4 losses, weighing 79.7 kilos, fighting out of Larvik, Norway, Artur Abubakarov. And in the red corner, fighter with amateur record of 19 wins and 7 losses, fighting out of Espoo, Finland, weighing 75.7 kilos, ladies and gentlemen, Theo Kolehmainen!
All right, this one is exciting for me. You know, this has fight of the night, at least as far as the amateurs go, written all over it for me.
Oh, absolutely. And how about this final stare down? You can cut the tension with a knife. And why wouldn't there be? I mean, these are two very nice sports, you know, courteous guys, but I mean, the bragging rights in this matchup, it's just got to be off a hook. I mean, these are two of the best amateurs in Northern Europe right now in this division, and they've got to prove which one of these two is the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, for as nice a guy as Theo Kolehmainen is, I think he truly does like just knocking people unconscious.
Yeah.
Hard inside leg kick for Abubakarov to start things out. And he tests the waters with that left hook. Oh, and he manages to put a high kick on Theo after a little blitz there.
Yeah, that was very nice. A stance switch there from Kolehmainen.
You know, in that first matchup, for my money, Abubakarov was the more precise striker. And Kolehmainen, of course, has power, and that is a great equalizer. But from my perspective, the more accurate striking went to Abubakarov in that first matchup here in cage. A very traditional Muay Thai stance there, at least for the hands, for Theo Kolehmainen. Abubakarov, however, hit him with the leg kick. And a return fire for Kolehmainen.
Ooh, that's a nice combination there from the Norwegian, but solid takedown defense there from Kolehmainen. Switches it to offensive work now. And that is where he got a lot of his best work done in the rematch. It was actually with his offensive wrestling.
Yeah, that being said, though, I mean, Artur Abubakarov, he managed to prevent, you know, himself from getting into too bad of spots in that first match, at least here in cage. Interesting.
Nice kick to the body there from Abubakarov. His striking looked sharp here tonight. But it definitely is a tale of two different types of striking. I'd say the volume definitely resides with Abubakarov, but the power, I mean, that leg kick that he threw earlier, it looked like it kind of threw Abubakarov off balance.
Yeah, and of course, all it takes is one, but you've still got to uncork that shot. And I think Abubakarov is capable of being the more clinical striker, we'll say here.
That right hand.
Kolehmainen swings with fury, but yeah, it's possible to get yourself countered doing so.
Yeah, you don't want to throw too much into those shots, get yourself off balance, and leave a huge opening for a counter for your opponent.
Abubakarov's doing something that I didn't quite like, though. He's leaning towards that power hand of Theo Kolehmainen, and that's a very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, that's a great read there, Steve. And you know, as you said it, he basically ran headfirst into a right hand there. So,
of course, Kolehmainen is switching stances a bit here and there, but like, big swing and a miss there for Kolehmainen. And another switch of stances, gets himself in on a clinch here, takes him to the cage, and looks to pick him up and dump him.
And it was the takedowns off of the cage that was the recipe for success for Kolehmainen in the rematch. So far, though, it's like both fighters have developed so much from each of their respective losses. Abubakarov remains upright.
Kolehmainen back in that southpaw stance for a moment before switching. He's, of course, giving a lot of looks here, but he's swinging pretty wide. And that can work, but it can also get you sniped straight down the pipe, like what we saw earlier from Rasmus Valkonen.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take a look at some of the action from the first round. Definitely living up to the hype and then some so far. A great onslaught early arm from Abubakarov. But yeah, that right hand definitely
stifled a little bit of his offense. And Kolehmainen slowly but surely started finding his openings on the feet. Close first round, though.
Yeah, I think so too, but I would say that the more effective striking actually went to Abubakarov in that round, at least for my money. He was, again, just cleaner on the feet.
Norwegian corner saying, are we going? Let's go. And a smile on the face of Abubakarov. Look at that, Kolehmainen chomping at the bit, looking to get right back into these striking exchanges here.
Absolutely. Kolehmainen, he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's going to back down from anything. You're going to have to... Oh, but he does eat a head kick there.
Yeah, I like that Abubakarov is throwing kicks at the ends of his combinations a lot of the times. Basically like a big, painful exclamation mark.
Yeah, and as Kolehmainen looks to back away from the exchanges, going straight back, that's not really a great idea.
Nope.
That's a good way to get yourself kicked right in the old noggin. But that's hard to do when you are with your back against the cage. So that's what he seems to be looking to do to Abubakarov.
Nice show of sportsmanship there as well, as Abubakarov signaled that he got hit in the pills.
Abubakarov is really doing good to work around the guard of Kolehmainen, whether it's with, hooks or whatever the case may be. But Kolehmainen's got his neck here. It doesn't look like his arms are locked, though he's trying to find that.
Yeah, he's got that guillotine. That sort of Jack Hermanson style out to the side guillotine. Oh,
nothing doing there, though. He's trying to adjust the position, and he might be able to find something, but at least for the time being, that's not locked in. Nope. Abubakarov is out.
Oh, that looks like a painful shot to the body there from Kolehmainen, but he's taking some shots here.
Kolehmainen's got really good head movement in the pocket when he's getting shots thrown at him, though. Like, that's something that I quite admire. Is like he's not doing massive movements because he's not scared of getting hit. He just kind of, ever so slightly moving that head.
Yeah, that's a great read again, Steven. I think some of those body shots have hurt Abubakarov. Look at the body language. It's very, very
Abubakarov is slowing down, yeah.
Kolehmainen might want to turn it up. I think he can get a finish here.
Yeah, Kolehmainen, he does a lot, actually, to remind me of Aleksi Mantukivi in terms of just, like, he is an absolute bruiser. He's able to put his head in there and, maybe move it a little bit off the center line here and there to just try and sink you with something hard and wicked intentioned.
Yeah. Perhaps the Pokemon evolution there, those two.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh, big swing and a miss there from the Norwegian. And you can see the tide's kind of turning here.
Oh! Hard right hand by Theo Kolehmainen.
Oh, and a left as well that followed another right.
He's swinging wild, and he eats one himself there, I think.
I think they both connected.
Oh, and he just drilled the body of Abubakarov. Kolehmainen swings all the time with the nastiest of intentions. And again, though, that's another thing that's happening exactly like in the first fight, was Abubakarov made sure that he controlled the arm when Kolehmainen tried to exit.
Yeah.
So basically, from that first fight here in cage, every single time they got in close proximity, Abubakarov was doing well to make sure that he tried to trap the arm every time Kolehmainen tried to leave the pocket. And here you've got, again, controlling that left arm.
Yeah.
Really good work from Abubakarov. Abubakarov puts Theo Kolehmainen on his back. Briefly.
I feel like this is kind of where things started turning, the momentum. Because, I mean, sure, the submission wasn't there, but it stopped the offense of Abubakarov. And once we got back up to their feet, I mean, that's when Kolehmainen just started unloading those brutal body shots. There, you can see the reaction there from Abubakarov. Very, very telling body language.
Yeah, and I think, you know, those body shots play a big role in the fact that I believe Abubakarov actually might be fatiguing faster than Theo Kolehmainen, which could surprise some folks given the differential of physiques, but not me.
Third and final round, and they may be rivals, but they definitely have each other's respect as well.
Kolehmainen walks him to the cage. Abubakarov's bouncing and moving pretty well. Kolehmainen switching stances, and Abubakarov's doing well to keep him on the end of those punches.
Yeah, I think for Abubakarov, he's got to keep this fight at kicking range, because once we get into that boxing range, that is when Kolehmainen is at his most dangerous.
Kolehmainen mixing in some leg kicks here, but the sniper-like precision of Abubakarov there. Oh, but he took a hard right hand there.
I'm impressed with the chin and gut of Abubakarov, though. He's eating some of these shots like a champ.
Abubakarov is trying to stay composed, but you can see he visibly flinched back there when he saw a little bit of a feint from Kolehmainen.
And that's basically instinct.
It's very wise of him here to try and take this fight to the ground.
Oh yeah, definitely. It would give him a much-needed change of scene here. And look at that, scoops up the leg, does get the takedown right in front of his corner as well, but Kolehmainen immediately back up to his feet.
He takes the back, but I don't think he's going to be able to get that on Kolehmainen, at least not with any hooks in. Kolehmainen turns into him, and looks like maybe he could have tasted a bit of a knee there. Oh, he's swinging for the fences here.
Yeah, I think he would do good to keep it clean, you know, not just power shots, set it up. And did he clip Abubakarov there again, or?
I think he may have, but you know what's wild here is that Kolehmainen, you know, he was eating those knees and things like that. He doesn't give a damn about the power of Abubakarov. Not a single care given. Yeah. He's just walking through that, waiting for his opportunity to lay some leather on Abubakarov. And that's incredible pressure. That's just a testament to what Theo Kolehmainen does best, which is just hard-nosed bruising fighting.
Yeah, it's about as gritty as it gets when Kolehmainen is in the cage, and managing to hold this position right now. Hasn't completely grounded Abubakarov, who's posting on one arm.
But he's done enough for the optics of it for the judges, I feel. Yeah, to, you know, have more control time there, so to speak. Abubakarov tried to get off a uppercut there, but Kolehmainen just once more says, hey, I'm going to swing heavy stuff at your face, and you're not going to like that.
I would love to see him perhaps go high and then low and then high again.
Yeah, I mean, he's digging to the breadbasket now. Trying to throw everything he can at Abubakarov's skull. Abubakarov, though, grabs a hold of that body lock, and he's going to try and drag him to the mat here. And he gets him down.
But
however, Kolehmainen's going to end up on top. Wow, okay. Oh, and goes for the neck, but does not manage to get it. That was an entertaining fight.
Oh, yeah, best fight so far, definitely. And, you know, sure, this was a trilogy bout between the two of them, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing these two guys go at it once more, perhaps, when they've made the move to pro, because their styles just really bring out the best of each other.
Yeah, you know, absolutely. And it's hard to say what the kind of like expected result here is for me, because there was a lot of good back and forth. I think, though, that as their careers play out, Abubakarov, you know, he does have a speed advantage on Theo Kolehmainen.
Yeah.
And so that, you know, if this does happen again on the pro circuit, I don't know. It could be that the skills from Abubakarov, who does have less experience, kind of catch up in the long run. But here tonight, there was a really, really interesting dynamic at play, and that is that Theo Kolehmainen does not give a damn about your power. He's going to swing and try and throw what he can and try and separate you from consciousness.
Yeah, very interested in seeing how the judges have this one. I mean, I'm inclined to think it was one round apiece heading into the third. And I suspect that perhaps the damage done might have favored Kolehmainen, but we'll see. Let's hand it over for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 full rounds, we have the judges' decision. Winner by unanimous decision, Theo Kolehmainen.
Theo, don't play. Kolehmainen makes it 2-1 against Artur Abubakarov here tonight in Järvenpää. And a great performance. You know, he threw heavy leather. But again, like you said, that's one I wouldn't mind seeing run back in a pro division at some point. Just considering the fact that a 5-minute round might make things play out a little bit differently.
Right? I think that'll be very interesting to see.
Let's see what he has to say to Velkku.
Theo, onneksi olkoon, hieno voitto.
Kiitos paljon.
Tänään sulla oli ihan täys päivätyö kuitenkin.
Joo, pakko sanoa, että mun mielestä oli aika paska matsi niin kuin iteltä. Että jos mä olisin ihan terävimmillä ja omalla tasolla, niin tommoiset matsit pitäisi mennä kyllä poikki. Mut me ollaan otettu 3 kertaa, tää oli niinku 3. matsi Arturin kanssa. Se voitti ekan splitillä täällä Keitsissa. Sitten Pohjoismaiden mestaruusfinaalissa mä voitin. Ja nyt mä voitin. Mut Artur on kyllä pakko sanoa, 3 matsia, kaikki täyteen aikaa. Artur on kyllä kova.
Se näytti siltä, että Artur lähti aika kovaa pystyssä tuohon alkuun. Yllätyitkö itse siinä?
No ehkä vähän mä yllätyin, mutta sit se meidän vuositakainen matsi, minkä mä voitin, niin mähän voitin siis painimalla. Mä painin sen kumoon, mut mä en tiedä, onko se toi Arturin tyyli vai mikä, mut sen kanssa niinku pystyy ottaminen on jotenkin vitsi outo. Mä en tiedä, mikä siinä on.
Onneksi olkoon, hieno voitto joka tapauksessa.
Kiitos, ja mä haluan kiittää erityisesti mun kaikki yhteistyökumppaneet, mitä näkyy paidassa. Ja kaikki, jotka tuli tietenkin kattoo mun matsia. Ja sit mulla on terveisiä yhdelle. No tää kaveri oli Tsetseeniasta, niin siitä läheltä Inguusiasta, niin kaikille sen faneilla 4 viikon vai 5 viikon päästä, niin I'm gonna smash your boy.
Theo Kolehmainen!
I don't know who he was talking about, but that last one was a pretty clear message.
Yeah, even I understood that. So
He wants to smash somebody's boy. And with that, of course, we now end the IMMAF rule set matches for the evening, and we go on to the pro fights.
Cage on the beat, here we go!
Cage 65 on the beach. Saturday the 15th of February at Viitsi Tripla.